we sing happy birthday to him? Yeah, here.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dorsi.
Happy birthday to you.
Stanley. Hey. How are you doing?
How you doing? Good to see you. Wow, this is. I'm trying to kill you makes you shorter. Canadian Manhattan.
That's actually storytelling. That's storytelling. Because when you ask that Canadian man. Nicely done.
Yeah, man, well done.
So we knew he didn't know because all he got to do is like talking.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday! You look so good.
Where in the hell do you get your driver's license? Well, it's a skinny little window. It's like you park in the. First off, I'd like to tell each and every one of you how important it is and how wonderful it is to have you come for our best friend Dorsi Bosca here for his birthday. Dorsi and I, as most of you know, are both from Springfield here. And, you know, Dorsi's from the north end of town, the affluent part of town. I mean, he grew up across the street from the country club, and I grew up on West Possum Road in the south of town. And, you know, he went to Tabor Academy, and I went to high school out in the middle of the cornfield. But somehow we came together and went to Wittenberg together in 1971, where I first met Dorsi, and hung out on the wall. For many of you Wittenbergers, out in front of the Student Union, there's a wall, and we used to hold court there every night and do whatever we did, but I'm not going to get into that. The past 3 years, we rented a motorhome, and our first year we were out in the Rockies. We did 5 national parks in Colorado and Utah, and the very, you know, we rented this motorhome, and we fly in, we go get our motorhome, and we weren't 500 yards from the motorhome rental place, and there's the grassing station. I go, Dorsi. And this is, I never experienced legalized marijuana, you know, and I was curious.
He wanted to experiment.
So I go in and I bought some stuff, you know, and I bought gummy bears a couple nights before, and it really didn't do that much. So I had like 4 of these things, and I talked Dorsi into taking one, and I could have strangled the son of a bitch. He would not shut the fuck up. Anything. Everything on earth was the funniest thing you've ever. And you know, we had this motorhome. It was like a bed up over the cab, and that was where Dorsi was sleeping. And I said, Dorsi, go to bed. And I look out there, and his feet are like going like this out the window, and he's laughing his ass off. Oh God! So we're at Fish Lake in Alberta, and Dorsi had down there cut his finger off, and So we decided to go fishing, and we stopped at this place outside of Calgary, and we probably bought $500 worth of fish and stuff. And I'm thinking, we're in Canada, man, we're gonna get big ass fish. Well, we go to Fish Lake, and we go out there with our gear, you know, and all this stuff, and we kind of buddied up next to this guy, and he's telling us how to fish. We got like hooks like this big, and he's going, man, you need hooks like this big. I'll just tell you right now, Dorsi can't fish for shit.
I'm doing this, and it's getting hogged in, and I'm doing this. Going out 3 feet.
This little tiny hook, you gotta get a worm on it. He's got this big ass Band-Aid, so I have the biggest hook for him. I bought one of those. Some guy felt sorry for us and gave us
what I like to refer to as the midnight moonlight golf cart madness. and so it was in the mid-1970s. I was trying to think of the year and I can't exactly remember when it was. But Chip was working at some golf course in the summer. And Dorsi and I think we were going to Harbor Spring. I can't remember. Yeah, we were heading up north. And you know, so this is the story I've selected out of, you know, the times that Dorsi came to the farm where I was brought up. Out with 22, plinking birds, and Chappie and Lady, the dogs would run around, or any of the Southern California adventures, you know, where we met Dorsi at Disneyland at 10 o'clock in the morning from across the country, and there he was having a smoke right in front of Disneyland. And there he was, you know, right on cue. So, anyways, there were many stories after that, but the Moonlight Midnight Madness was pretty unique. We stopped in to see Chip, and this is in around Detroit, Farmington or somewhere around Detroit. And we went in early in the evening, and Chip had a strange economy worked out with the golf cart people. He would take golf balls that, you know, he didn't own, that belonged to the club, and he would trade them with the bartender for Michelob's, which the bartender didn't own. And so this exchange was among two people who didn't own the things that they were trading. And I thought that was really clever. Chip just made a living his whole life with that. But it worked out really good. So we, after, you know, probably a dozen of these golf balls, had gotten pretty well lubricated at the bar, but it was still early. And the people, you know, Chip had to close up. So Dorsi and I went, I don't remember the details of where we went. But we came, yeah. But we came back at around 11 or 11:30 because at that point nobody was there and Chip had the keys to the golf carts. And what could be finer than taking the golf cart out on a warm, full moon evening and tooling around the golf course when you're drunk. And then we stopped under the big, you know, these, it's a, I see a punjans, it's a Colorado blue spruce. I remember that particular tree where we got stoned and continued on with our journey. And after a half an hour or 45 minutes, we were going to go back and there's a golf path. But the condensation, it was really humid, and the condensation had resulted in the grass being covered with water, and it was really slick, and Chip was in front, we're going down. I was behind him, Dorsi was behind me, and I hear, slow down, yeah, here's the bridge, you gotta slow down. And I was hitting the brake to try to slow down. There was no slowing down. Dorsi went to the right of me. Chip went across the bridge. I spun around just in time to see Dorsi going by me and disappear into this huge crevice. And then there was a splash of water that came up. And I thought, I shouldn't be laughing because I think he's dead. But he wasn't. He was like scrambling out.
I stood on the chair of the golf cart and my head's just like right.
Right. It was But everybody was safe, except for the golf cart was not in very good shape. And Chip was thinking about his employment and the way that he had to make money for college.
And the next day was a big tournament.
Yeah, right. And we had.
I thought I'd write a song for you to celebrate your birthday, because it never gets its due, like Groundhog Day or Earth Day. That's how it's gonna go like. So I opened up my book of perfect rhymes, and I perused the usual chapters several times. But I found that nothing rhymes with Dorsi. Well, there's horsey, but that's a sauce at Arby's, which is not very helpful. So I sat there for a long time, disappointed at a loss. But then I opened up the book to a game I'd never seen before. It was in the back of the Dorsi. And I thought, that's weird, because I saw at the top a page that said, Rhymes with Dorsi. Rhymes with Dorsi. And in living color, right below, all the words that rhyme with Dorsi. Magic like elegant. That rhymes with Dorsi. Thoughtful and considerate, rhyme with Dorsi too. Gentle, sweet, and kind, a good wit, a noble divine. I think now rhymes with Dorsi, don't you? Don't you?
Yes.
Eccentric, surprisingly rhymes with Dorsi. No, something else. I don't remember what it is now. Oh, I know.
Where's your at?
I know. It's set in his ways.
Yeah.
Why not? Flexible, yet set in his ways. Musical console, a good listener, a rap on tour. So many words rhyme with Dorsi that I could rhyme and rhyme for days. The first was hard. Would you like to tell me? You tell me.
So I'm Lauren, married to Chip. We've been together 38 years, which means I've probably known you for 37 years. And a couple of years ago, when Sue and Chef got married, we were in Chelsea, beautiful place, and we all went to the beautiful little chapel where they were going to be married, and the congregation was assembling, and all the other people ended up upstairs, sort of in the loft. So we watched the assembled congregation, and I could see out the window, sort of like these windows, from above, and as I watched, I could see the wedding party starting to walk toward the entrance of the church. So I see Sue's legs go by, and I see all the bridesmaids' legs go by, and the groomsmen, and it was sort of 2 by 2, as you do for a wedding. And then I see Janet, and her daughter was in the wedding. Sue's got a daughter. And I see Janet. And I see Janet's legs walking by, and I look back and I look around and I thought, where's Dorsi? Where's Dorsi gone? And about 10 seconds later, I see Dorsi's legs walking the other way. And he comes to Janet, takes her arm, and escorted her into the church. Nobody asked him, nobody told him, nobody asked his opinion, he just did. And I realized, although there have been hundreds of other examples of this aspect of Dorsi's character, I realized this is a great it's really an exemplar of what my father used to say about a certain kind of person. And my father used to say that that person is one of nature's gentlemen. And that's what Paul said was.
Paul said, well, of course it was Dorsi, which I realize now ironically rhymes. Delighted to be in his company. What do you think of all the times you've seen Dorsi with his rhymes? Then you know how lucky friends can be. So the next day, I woke up. I was sleeping on my book of perfect rhymes. And I thought to myself, that's pretty cool. I'll go back and look at the page that I looked before where it said Rhymes with Dorsi. And I went back to that page and I opened it up. And the page was blank. And I thought, oh, I'll close the book back up. So this one, I thought, close it back up. But right before I did so, I looked, and there was still one word there. And that word will always be. That word's love.
Speech.
Obviously, this is completely unexpected. And
No. Well, we told you, George.
I was planned that way.
and to be part of everyone's lives, you know, especially the people that had something that, you know, that I will always remember. All these things are things I'll always remember, you know, is truly amazing. And to have a birthday where all these people get together, I would never suspect that this many people would come on my birthday, even if I announced it. I sure would as well vote for me if I was elected, if I was running for a politician's job. But I want to thank everything you said, Rick, Stan, you know, Chip, great song. You know, everyone here I've known for so many years, and you know, I just love all of you, and I really want to thank you for coming. I appreciate it very much.
Have you ever seen this?
Look at YouTube.